Hi, I'm Moy Eng, and I'm the founding CEO of Community Arts Stabilization Trust, also known as CAST. We are a community-centered real estate organization that works with artists, creative entrepreneurs, and arts organizations to create spaces to dream.
At Rainin, when we got started with our arts funding, meeting with every theater and dance company that we could find and asking them, where could we be most helpful? One message in particular kept coming up: we need space.
Rent subsidy is great. It's a short-term solution. You're basically kicking the can down the road. And if you don't own your property, you're constantly at risk of being displaced.
We started to see rents rising and arts groups were getting squeezed out of their spaces.
CAST began as an idea to really keep artists anchored in their own communities.
I remember hearing this idea, so we could buy a building or several buildings, then the arts organizations could live in those buildings and we could provide them with capacity building support over a period of years. Then they would be able to buy the building back from us and we could do it again. That's really smart, and that has evolved into a nonprofit called CAST.
The CAST model was designed to secure permanent affordable space for arts and culture by acquiring property so that it could remain in the hands of the community, remain in the hands of the arts organizations.
We would promise $5 million over 5 years. We could, with that, then attract other funders. They can come in and contribute and make the impact even larger. We really can go out on a limb and try something new. I think it's our responsibility to do that.
CAST represents hope when we bring together community to solve a problem, or even when it's really difficult and complex and highly expensive, we can figure out a solution to this very complex problem. And that's what CAST is. CAST brings together philanthropic support and social investment in new ways to help keep artists in community.
One of the adages in real estate is that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And so you can imagine my hesitation when I was first brought to this building and it was still built out as an adult cinema, and I'm standing in the basement and having a person tell me, yeah, there's a foundation that wants to put up all the money to buy this building and underwrite the renovation so that this can be CounterPulse's new home, and they're gonna give you 7 years to raise it back, buy them out, and then your organization will own the building. Feeling like, is this too good to be true? The significance of owning space is deep. I feel it from the artists who work at CounterPulse. There's this sense that like, this is our space, and it's taken serious how we're gonna hold it, the caretaking and love that the community has for the space. It's really inspiring.
Without arts organizations, without cultural organizations, it's impossible really for a community to be able to reflect its values, to inspire people who live in the community. Community Vision and CAST can be really complementary in the work that we do. We do lending, we do consulting, and we do grant making. CAST then comes in for that long-term asset management, thinking about how to use this space in a way that's really self-sustaining for the organization and responsive to community needs. Arts and cultural organizations are integral to having a healthy community.
CAST is a great partner with the public sector in many ways. So what CAST offers is this vehicle for holding an asset in trust, something that the government has a really hard time doing and certainly can't do in a nimble fashion. Really, the only way we get out of this cycle of affordability challenges for space is if we get ownership into the hands of arts and cultural organizations. So that was something that London was really attracted to by the CAST model, and they actually adopted it and now have created their own version of CAST, and they're modeling it across the entire country. CAST's real beauty is its potential to scale, thinking to the future.
What's particularly exciting, when they buy back that building from CAST, what CAST will do is then recycle those funds over and over again in the Bay Area community in other projects, providing service, capacity building, and knowledge building, as well as affordable space in perpetuity. What excites me most as I look to the very far future for CAST is the possibility not just of large-scale, large-impact projects, but the opportunity of working in and with community on creating and developing a constellation of spaces that are affordable and permanent for the artists that are here now and for future artists and creatives.
So right here at Liberation Park, we're going to be building 120 units of affordable housing. We're going to be building a market hall, which will house a cultural center, event space, and economic development space to incubate small businesses from East Oakland. Most artists, makers, and creatives can no longer afford to live in Oakland. Artists, makers, healers, cultural bearers are the heart and soul and the mojo of Oakland, and so they need to live here, not just come here. CAST is an essential partner because they center arts and culture, and the resources and expertise that they bring will make sure that we don't lose that focus. We could not do this project without CAST.
I receive access and support from the CAST staff and the CAST facilities to create a series of work and further my practice. I think it's deeply significant that CAST is deciding to make the move to support individual artists directly.
CAST started off with an idea. So where are we now? Almost 10 years later, we have raised approximately $45 to $50 million. We have 4 buildings that we've acquired and are stewarding as cultural centers in perpetuity. And we've been able to stabilize the operations for CounterPulse, Luggage Store Gallery, Performing Arts Workshop, Women's Audio Mission, Push Dance Company, as well as a number of organizations, both cultural and in community, that have been able to utilize affordable space. With 5 more projects in the pipeline, over the next several years, we will be stewarding with community 250,000 square feet that will be long-term, affordable cultural space. So that's the constellation that's exciting. That's the future of CAST.